something is slowly being defected. Things are going on. I mean, heterosexual. So they've been touching the kids all along. That's what you're telling me. This is not a rhyme at all. This is a PSA. I mean, I'm just saying. Welcome to reality. This is what you're gonna see.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up? So everybody out there wondering like, what the hell? And what the hell am I listening to? Well, some of y'all caught that song. Some of y'all didn't. But anyway, you know, this is the life of a person who has to, you know, study stuff and look at stuff, research stuff. So, before anybody says something, you know, like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, check this out. This video was not only seen by me, alright? I happen to have a friend on here named Bobby. Bobby is in the UK, y'all. Bobby is all the way in London, okay? He is not in America at all. I've just recently linked up with him as a friend on here, you know what I'm saying? Been chopping up, you gotta excuse my hands, hella ashy, you know, that's what happens when you do stuff. We had a conversation. And this conversation had to do with a particular video. It's been on the YouTube for a while, I don't know. I don't even remember when it came out there, I don't know. But anyway, he's all the way over there, I'm all the way over here. But it just so happened we both seen this video. And this video is talking, it's a guy, it's a dude. He's saying, first of all this shit happened in the 80s. Okay, all this shit happened like 88, 87. So, you know, keep in mind, it happened a long time ago. This dude didn't release the tape until like the millennium. He didn't put this shit out until like 2000 something. So anyway, he's talking about how he was in the record business. He was like an AR or something. And he was good, you know. And him and a few others got invited to this special meeting. The special meeting took place in Sacramento. He couldn't tell where they were. He just said they were way out in the woods, way out in the trees. And is that when they got to the meeting, it was a big mansion. They all were brought in, and they, you know, the dude, you know, they sitting down, you know what I'm saying? They all sitting there, and they about to, you know, watch the presentation or whatever. And the dude, he's talking to them, and he's like, look, we're going to show you guys a way to make millions of dollars. You guys are going to make millions of dollars investing in these private prisons. You know what I'm saying? And of course, like I said, this is a record company. Number of record company people there. You know, the people that work for there, not the artists. You know. And the dude, he's sitting there and he's like, he's watching the presentation and he's like, what the fuck does this got to do with music? Like, he wasn't the only one that felt that way. So anyway, the whole thing was about investing in prisons. It was about investing in these private prisons, and you could, you know what I'm saying, you make all these extra money. Now remember, like I said, this is a music industry dude. So he's like, what the fuck does the prison got to do with music? What the fuck are we talking about? He wasn't the only one that felt that way. Some dude got like up and started acting up. And they're like, motherfucker, what the hell are you talking about? The dude who was on the stage drew down on this nigga. He pulled out a gun. You know what I'm saying? And a big thing like broke out real quick. And the dude who's telling the story, he wanted to help old boy because he wanted to get killed. So he kind of got in the mix of it. So they took him and the dude who was tripping outside. Now, somebody's talking to him outside. I don't know who. He never said who it was because the dude didn't even have a name. The dude who's talking does not have a name. He said he went by Mr. or something like that. Like Mr. X or unknown shit. Like he didn't have a name. So they pulled him two outside. He's like, look, check this out. The dude told them straight up because he pulled out the gun again. He said, look, obviously you ain't down for what the fuck's going on. You know what I'm saying? Talking to the dude that was tripping. He said, look, you gonna gonna get the fuck out of here. But if you tell anybody what the fuck you seen here, we gonna get your ass. Like, straight up. Like, that's what he told him. Like, and the other dude that told the story, he's sitting there like, the fuck is going on? Like, nigga, I thought we was talking about Paula Abdul's new album. Like, what the fuck is going on? So anyway, he asked him, he said, so what you gonna do? He's like, nah, you know, I'm not tripping. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, I ain't tripping. So he ended up going back in, listening to the rest of the shit. And what they were talking about was how we're going to use the music to fill these prisons. You know what I'm saying? We're going to create a form of music that is going to make criminals. You know what I'm saying? Gangster rap, 87, 88, 89, it took off. So, okay. Once again, like I told you, the dude didn't drop this information because he didn't end up doing it. Like, what he did was he played the role until he got the fuck out of there. And then he was invited to a couple more, like, parties, and he ain't go. And he said some people that he saw at these parties ended up going in high places. You know what I'm saying? He said, you know them today. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't tell any names, but I kind of got a hunch to come to some of the people he's talking about. But, okay. Well, how does this mix? Like I said, the dude didn't put this out into the millennium. You know, and he was just saying how he watched it. He watched their plan work, you know what I'm saying, to full fruition. So if you don't think that the promotion of selling drugs and gang banging and all that shit was purposely made, it was engineered. I'm not saying Dre and Eazy-E knew what the fuck was going to happen, but I'm saying these white people knew what the energy was going to do, and they let them do it anyway. Like, nigga, just say it. Say whatever you want to say. Knowing that these are little kids. These are 16, 17-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube was 16 years old. This is a little ass fucking boy. Say whatever you want. Say something you want. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this nigga ain't paid no rent before the album. Like, you gotta think. Like, the mind state they let control. You know, it's kind of like my Hollywood Secrets Revealed Part 4, how I was saying they demonized the kids. That's why I was wearing the Omen shirt in the Dark Zone video. You know, I was basically trying to say, nigga, that's the hell spot. You know what I'm saying? It's the kids. And how am I going to get into that? Check this shit out. So, Sacramento, some of the glorious rhymes ever. Black Market. Let's talk about Brother Lynch. Why is Brother Lynch from Sacramento? I mean, he was born there. No, I'm saying. Into your introduction to your head into the world. Why is he from Sacramento? Why is his biggest album, even though it's not his first album, but why is his biggest album Season of the Sixth? Why is the cover in the woods? Why is it the tall trees? Why is he known for the nigga nuts and guts baby killer shit? Why is he known for that? And people be like, oh, you know, because some people are smart, you know. Oh, nigga, he's a Crip, you know what I'm saying? BK, baby killer, you know what I'm saying? Like, duh, like, okay, that works, but that's an illusion. What is he talking about? Like, why is everything in Sacramento? You know what I'm saying? Like, take the first story I was talking about. The dude, tall trees, Sacramento. Paul Benaki, Confession, Sacramento, tall trees. You know, there's a few other confessions where it's like, tall trees, Sacramento. It's always Sacramento, tall trees. Where is the Bohemian Grove? Sacramento, tall trees. It's like, goddamn, like, I'm not saying Brother Lynch was telling, but he was telling. That's the weird thing about it. Like, why would that artist come out with that slogan with that album cover from that city, and that type shit is really going on unless a motherfucker really knows what's going on. He's in the music industry, underground or not. He's from that town. You don't think they fucking know the stories? Like, you don't think they know? Like, I'm trying to get people to really use their head on some things, which I know most of you are not. I know most of you are going to think I'm spacing out and shit, but not really when they're all pointing to the same area. They're all saying it. They're all saying the tall trees. They're all saying Sacramento. It all alludes back to this Bohemian Grove area. And I know motherfuckers like, well, how can you prove that it has anything to do with the kids and what you will? Well, I have a video. It's actually on here. I wish I could just like put it up. Basically, in the video, it's saying how. Let's see. Let's see if we can get busy. Fuck it. Jafar Ritual. Let's do this. Let's see if we're in Sacramento again. I hate doing this to y'all.
Warning. I chain smoke and I say fuck a lot. But I accept myself for the way I am. I accept you too. Viewer discretion advised.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Freeman, and I'm currently appearing as Jafar in Disney's Aladdin on Broadway. I started working on this 26 years ago, and he never really went away because I do all the voicing for theme parks and commercials and, you name it. Most people don't really know who I am,
like,
what
what
I
the
look
fuck?
like, where I'm really from, and a lot of it has to do with this. Because I was just a disembodied
Don't look at
voice for
Nickelodeon
many,
the
many
same
years,
anymore,
and my
or
voice
Disney.
doesn't really, I
Understand
don't
the
really
history.
talk like that, so.
First off, I want to say thank you to Kyle for showing me this. This comes from somebody named Sarah Ruth Ashcroft, her Twitter. November 5th, 2017, she says, I was raped by Jonathan Freeman, voice of Jafar, in Aladdin. I was told I should be proud he wanted to make a movie with me. Then yesterday she goes on to say Disney is guilty in this. Jafar made an entire career out of scaring children. Will he be held accountable for all the child porn he acted in? I was 11. It was in my own bedroom at my father's house. Well, just for the sake of truth, let me clarify. He raped me in my bedroom, then downstairs in the basement. He and my dad, my Uncle Robert, Craig Hilborn, and our Filipino neighbor gang raped me, 11. My sister, 13, and her family friend, 11. Then they locked my sister and I in cages. Then I heard Christina screaming. It sounded fake, like she was pretending to be scared. They opened the door. My Uncle Robert said, well, 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 what do we have here? In his Texas drawl. My sister then shouted, help me, help me.
Hold on. Let it load. Let it load.
Again, sounding fake, not scared. They made more of the initiation, ritual / blackmail movie when I was in the cage. Later, I remember being coaxed out of the cage by my new stepmom. Fucking traumatized. Apparently, I was the only one that felt this way. Everyone else seemed very okay with what was happening. There was an infant there earlier in the day. I carried it to the park with my dad and the dog. I don't know or remember whose infant it was. And I don't know or remember if the infant survived. It was used in the ritual. It may have belonged to the Filipino neighbor. I was confused when I emerged from the cage because now all my aunts and uncles were there. And they hadn't been there earlier when making of the movie started. They were wearing black or dark purple church choir looking robes. They had just finished the ritual. I see my aunts, Molly and Joanna, as they are effectively herding me up the stairs out of the room. I say, Dad and Uncle Robert locked me in a cage. I'm wearing a bathing suit at this point. Molly said, you're going to have a thicker skin if you want to be in this family. My new stepmom scolds me for being so distraught and traumatized by what just happened. She said, "This is why we sent you to acting camp. And you should be proud that this famous actor wanted to make a movie with you. Was I picked out of a catalog or something?" Then a whole bunch of people show up for a fucking chili cook-off. Immediately following this, how's an 11-year-old supposed to process any of that when instantly confronted by a room full of adults? It was deliberate to solidify the disassociation amnesia of the ritual itself. My Uncle Danny, the drawing in the robe, was acting as the lead priest in the ritual that night, presumably because my dad was busy behind the camera. He had stolen wafers from Catholic Church for the event. He gave the leftover wafers to the people at the chili cook-off. To me, this event feels like my dad has coven his brothers, sisters, their spouses, and Craig Hilborn, a close family friend of all of theirs since childhood, made a pact that night, like they jumped in and created the necessary make your bones blackmail smut snuff film. What? By the way, my Aunt Kate, dad's sister, blocked me on Facebook now that I'm exposing her and her husband Robert, who is a big-time mutual funds banker for a very well-known financial firm. They made a lot of money, and I believe they're still making dirty money. They have 3 minor daughters. If they don't want me to talk about her, they shouldn't have done it. Or they should have never underestimated me and killed me when they had the chance. This was mid to late August 1992. Catholics celebrate the Assumption of Mary around August 15th, so Luciferians celebrate the Consumption of Mary, where they desecrate the Blessed Mother and engage in cannibalism. I believe this was a ritual they performed that night. By the way, the acting camp my stepmom referenced was owned/operated by a couple that were later my theater directors at Roper, a Hittite Luciferian grooming school. They sent their son there, and they had a daughter named Sarah who died in childbirth. When I shared this memory of Jafar raping me with my mother, she behaved so strangely. It was the first time I thought, oh my God, I don't know if my relationship with my mother is going to survive this. It would be another 8 months before I fully recognized her involvement. Again, this was mid to late August 1992, exactly 1 year prior, when they sent me to Oregon to be traumatized in what I call the Purge Party, a Bohemian Grove-style human hunting party somewhere near Seaside, Oregon. I was 10. I witnessed the brutal rape and murder of a young boy. I was also locked in a cage this night, naked, and made to be 100% aware of what was going on. It seems I was protected/guarded by a man with a gun.
What the fuck is the state right above Sacramento? Oregon. Okay. Where the fuck is Sacramento? At the end of California. Okay. What's the closest airport? Sacramento. I would know this. I have family in Stockton. You're going to go visit them. If you're going to take the plane, you got to get off at Sacramento, take the plane. Take the car, Stockton. So, what I'm saying is, if the main airport is Sacramento, and then from there you can take the drive. It's not, obviously it's in the middle of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But, I said it to say this. I know what the fuck I'm talking about, okay? Dude, it's fucked up, because I don't want to, but do, okay? We're cracking the codes, alright? Shit, it's a new day. But I want you to understand that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why that macabre type music comes from that area, because they know all these fucking stories. They know this shit. About missing kids and shit, like, they know. You know what I'm saying? They know about sacrifices and all that ritual shit. That's where it's going down. It's all up there. You know what I'm saying? They got other places, but I know for a fact it's going down up there. So, thanks for enjoying this ride. Put it together. I'm not the only one, put the shit together. But yeah, it's a trip, though. Something to think about.